Go ahead, Greg.
Hi, my name is Craig Shook. I am a member of Order of Omega. I'm a Phi Psi. I'm also the VPA of IFC.
I'm Jamie McMillan. I work in the Greek Life office, so I'm a coordinator for Greek Councils. I advise IFC and Panhandle, and I've been seeing all of the scholarship presentations. Yeah.
I'm James Zeller from ESS.
Go ahead.
I'm Rena Yadav. I'm a senior member of Kappa Alpha Theta, and I joined Theta about 4 years ago as a freshman.
And I'm Karen Zoller. I'm a junior, and I just joined Kappa Alpha Theta last year as a sophomore. So to start off, talk a little bit about our appreciation of learning. So to make sure that all of our members are both focusing on their academics and on participating in Theta activities, we do have a minimum required GPA to be a member in good standing. So that is 2.75. Now for our officers, we do have a slightly higher minimum GPA to maintain that member in good standing, and that is 3.0. And that's because we want them to serve as a role model for our chapter and for everyone to look to them and stuff like that. Now, if they go under that GPA, that's not a punishment. We're not going to punish them. Instead, they're going to work with our scholarship director to kind of work through that time. And Rena's going to talk about how that works a little bit later. But to help them maintain this GPA and make sure that they're still focusing on their studies while also participating in Theta events, we have a program called study hours. So what that is throughout the week, we have different study hours offered all over campus, sometimes at KSL, sometimes at the Village or Wade, or even in our house on Southside. And how that works is we have an active member that is just hanging out at the place studying for about 3 hours. And then during that time, members can come and study with them. And then the time that the members are there studying is recorded, and then we keep track of that. The number of study hours that you're required to do depends on your GPA from the previous semester. So for instance, if you get a 4.0 in the previous semester, you don't actually have to do study hours. If you get a little above a 3.5, then you have to do 1 study hour a month. And then a little over 3.3, you have to do 2 study hours a month, and then so on and so forth. If you do extra study hours throughout the entire semester, you actually get rewarded through our point system. We give you extra points. So that's how we do that. And a little bit more on how, for intellectual development in our chapter, we use a program called Academic Mentors. So what this is very soon after our new members receive their bids, they're actually matched with one of our active members, and that active member is then their academic mentor for the rest of their time in Theta. And how that works is we match them based on their major, minor, academic interests, or professional track. And then that person is there to maybe help them with scheduling, help them look for internships, or help them through a tough class. Maybe if the academic mentor has been through that class, they can give them tips on how to study and stuff like that. So in previous years, the program has been a little flawed. We've in the past tried to make these matches very quickly so that we can have the members meet their mentor at the bid day celebration, which we have a very short time span to make these matches, between 4 and about 7 o'clock on bid day. So this year we decided to kind of change the program and make it more meaningful. And to do that, we, instead of having the new members meet their academic mentor at the bid day celebration, we instead collected a lot of information from the new members more information about their majors, minors, academic interests, maybe if they're doing research or in some clubs that deal with their academics, like global ethics, I'm sorry, I just forgot the acronym, but GELS, or global medical leaders, global medical brigade, and stuff like that. So then we'll take that information, and then later that night, after all the celebrations were done, I sat down with a couple other officers that have to do with our education here in Theta, and then we thought about all the information that we've been given about the new members, and then also all the information that we know about our actives, and I think we made much better matches this year. And then instead of the new members meeting them at bid day, they met them later that week, one-to-one, and really got to talk about their studies. So, yeah.
That was something that Karen created this year, and she came up with it on her own with the help of exec, and they hope to use it more and more in the following years because we've definitely seen a lot of positive responses from our new members. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about academic achievement, and I'm going off of what Karen was talking about, how with the requirement of a 2.75 GPA for regular active members and a 3.0 GPA for our exec members, and if those individuals are unable to meet those requirements, we have them sit down with sometimes our academic advisor, who is Marissa Rakiki, and then if they would prefer not to meet with an academic advisor since we don't see her as often and would like to meet with someone that they're closer with, say our scholarship chair, they can sit down with her, and her name's Maddie Steiger. And what they do is she talks to them, she's the one that kind of approaches them, sits down with them, and makes sure it's a very personal conversation. She wants them to feel like, you know, I'm here to help you, and our chapter is here to support you and achieve your academic goals. And so what she does is she talks to them about, you know, how did your semester just go? And tell me about the things that have happened. And a lot of times what she sees is that members in the chapter have gone through a hard time. Say their family member got sick. Say they had a really tough class that semester. They devoted all of their time to that class and didn't really manage their time appropriately, things like that. And so then she works with them to develop a calendar and a schedule of how they can achieve their academic goals. She also has them meet up with people that could not only be their own academic mentor, but someone else that maybe took similar classes to them for that semester, and has them talk about what they can do. She also provides them with information for ESS for tutoring, and she makes sure that they know of like their teacher's office hours, SI sessions, and other information in that regard so that they know what their options are available and how we as a chapter can help them. And we've definitely thought that this has been something that's been beneficial. We ended up having the highest scholarship across campus last semester. We had a 3.606 GPA, and that's higher than the all women's average and all sorority average. And we also want to attribute that to the fact that Maddie is willing to sit down with people that not only met the 2.75 GPA, but people that are just, you know, maybe they got 3.5 that semester and they really wanted to get a 4.0. She'll talk to them about, okay, what are the strategies that we need to take to help you achieve that goal? And that's been really beneficial, and a lot of our chapter members have appreciated that. And to really say, like, we appreciate what you've done, and we really think that you've done a great thing by getting high grades. We give off scholarship pearls for a 4.0, and we had 32 4.0s last semester for the fall of 2014. So that was a great achievement for our chapter, and we're really proud of them. We also understand that, you know, academic achievement isn't just about like getting the grades and getting the GPA, and we know that people need to be aware of different activities that they can do outside of class, and how they can achieve things besides the goals, say like get into grad school, get into med school, and so forth. And so a lot of times our members don't necessarily have the means to achieve those in regard to money, and so our chapter nationally has the Theta Founders Foundation, and this provides over $500,000 of scholarship to members nationally. And in the past couple of years, we've had two specific members, one being Sheena Sai, who is in med school at Case, and that's being comped by Theta. And then also our other member, Kelly Willis, who's at OSU for dental school, and that's being covered. And it wasn't just based off of their grades that they got this scholarship, it was about their ability to go out in the community and show their academic achievements in regard to research and giving presentations, and really showing that they're passionate about what they want to pursue.
Okay, so now we also like to help the community as well. Actually, one of Theta's sayings is that we're the widest influence for good. So we like to take our academic achievements and give back as well. This past semester, we actually adopted a new service site at the Roxborough Elementary School. And now every week we have different members that go to the Roxborough Elementary School for a couple hours, and they'll be available for the students if they want some tutoring or just some one-on-one work with that. Additionally, this year we have a recent alum who is doing Teach for America at the Cleveland School of Art. And when she got there, she realized that these kids were really underprivileged and really needed the extra help. So she reached out to our chapter to say, like, hey, can you guys come out and help me tutor these kids and give some extra attention. So we also have members, Rena included,
Go every Thursday.
that go every week and help these children as well. Additionally, on our campus, we have many members who are supplemental instructors for classes or TAs or even tutors, so we help there as well. Now, not only do we go out in the community and give back, but we actually have also asked different community members to come to our chapter and help educate our members as well. So, for instance, we have had our faculty advisor, Dr. Bernard, come in and talk to our chapter. She works in the nursing school, so she has really helped out some of our nursing students, by being available to them if they need more help, or she'll just come and be available to any of us as well. Also, we've had different members give presentations during our chapter, and Rita will talk a lot about that later, but some of the ones that have happened recently that helps us out by learning about the community is we've had members talk about study abroad. We've had many members go abroad. For instance, we just had 2 members, Shannon Smith and a recent new member, Emily Peterson, go to Ecuador over winter break. We had 2 more members go to India over winter break as well. And I think last semester we had 3 or 4 members that went abroad for the entire semester. And we offered, this year we had a presentation on showing other members how they can be involved in that as well. And then finally, at the end of each year, we have a scholarship banquet, and during this banquet, we invite faculty members to come and celebrate with us. And these are faculty members that we really feel have helped multiple members of our chapter, and so we're excited to kind of honor them as well. And during this scholarship banquet, we give out awards to many of our chapter members. For instance, we'll recognize those ones who got a 4.0 that past semester, and also for other awards such as the member who did the most study hours, or we have some more fun awards, like we have the award of KSL's girlfriend, so the person that we feel likes to hang out at KSL the most, and stuff like that.
We actually did our scholarship banquet for the past 2 years with Delta Say, because when they first came to campus, they didn't really know how to have their own scholarship banquet, and so they asked if they could do it with a sorority chapter, and we offered to be that one, and we've continued that tradition throughout, so we're hoping we can do it with them again this coming semester.
And actually, we are doing it with them.
Oh, we
just
are?
heard that
Okay.
we are, and we're also doing it with FindU. So we're excited to be able to bring more people and
Yeah,
celebrate
that's awesome.
together.
So then I'm going to talk lastly about professional integrity and career development. Through the course of my time at Theta, I saw a lot of people that were doing presentations in chapters about things that they were passionate about, and I'm really passionate about going into breast oncology. I've worked with an oncologist for the past 2 years, and she taught me how to do a self-breast exam and numerous other things to help you have body awareness. So I decided to have a presentation in chapter about that, and I felt like I was able to show my passion for something and share it with my sisters to, focus on their mental health and their body awareness. And I felt like that was really helpful for me. And I know that a lot of other chapter members have felt similar to that. And I got a lot of positive feedback. So it really helped me develop my skills of giving a presentation and also being very aware of how I can convey information that I think is important. And so I'm not the only one that's given presentations. As Karen was talking about, we've done presentations on different study abroad. We also do presentations on mental health awareness, who to contact at CASE. We've also had a presentation about disability resources, ESS, and how people can contact tutors, SIs, and different information that you can gain from that. Also, since my freshman year, we've done resume workshops. We kind of strayed away from it last year, so we're trying to get it back into practice this semester, and we're going to have it later on this semester because we felt like it was really beneficial. And the way that was created was we had members that were alumni, and they were in different fields of study, say a doctor, a dentist, an engineer, a business person, who had all graduated and knew how to develop a proper resume for your field. And what they did was they had us all come to chapter with a made resume, and then they had us separate into our categories of what our pursuit was. And if you like didn't know what you wanted to pursue, there was also just like a basic resume section. And you got in lines, and then the person would sit down and talk to you and like go through what things they think were important, what things to remove, and I felt like it was really beneficial for me. It really established the resume that I have today still. And then afterwards, if they said, like, you know, if you think you need more help on this, they gave us information for career services and who to contact, specifically people they had worked with and knew were really helpful for them. And so we're hoping to do pretty much the exact same thing, maybe add some more things and this semester and try and make it so that it's reinstilled in something that we do on a regular basis. Going back to the presentations in chapter, we realized that that was something that was very important to a lot of members, and a lot of times we felt like our chapter was going too long because we were giving too many presentations on these different topics or having too many resume workshops and stuff like that. So we felt like it was important to create a chapter like once a month where it's just focused on presentations, and we started that a couple weeks ago and we got a lot of positive reviews from it. We just had basically presentations the entire chapter, and we sent out notes of what would regularly be covered in our chapter, and people just had to sign at the bottom saying, you know, I read all of this information, so that could be included in what was covered for that day's chapter. To go outside of the professional integrity and going more into career development, we talked about how we have the GIN system, and the GIN system is this organization that's used through Theta Nationals, and every member has to type in their name, their phone number, contact information, as well as their major, minor, and what they ended up doing before they, once they've graduated. And that's something that any Theta member nationally and within our chapter can utilize to contact people if they want to go into a specific career. They can get some advice, they can maybe even learn about a specific job that they're interested in. We also had an alumni come in, Dee Dee, who is working in a research lab on campus, and she talked to us about how you can get involved in her research lab. She would write a recommendation letter for us and give us some more information on how we can go about getting jobs and making connections. We also, in the next couple weeks, are going to have Patricia Kilpatrick, who is a CWRU dean and also has an award from the school named after her. And so she's a Theta alum from another chapter. She's coming to chapter and is going to talk to us about what she does with professional integrity, what she does in her job, how to make connections with other people, and just how to hold yourself to the best of your ability. And that kind of ties into our Eta Pi Fairy. Eta Pi Fairy was created a couple years ago in Theta, and this is someone that can monitor your social media to the best of their abilities. So basically you have Eta Pi Fairy, who's an individual who is friends with everyone in the chapter, and is able on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter monitor what our chapter members are doing. And if they see any kind of pictures or inappropriate language, they're able to like it, and that means that we need to automatically take it down. My freshman year, I took a picture, and I was like with my friends, and we were at a fraternity house, and in the background there was like a poster of a Heineken beer, and that was something that I had never paid attention to, and so it was liked by Eta Pi Fairy, and then that became, for me, something that I was very